Hola, welcome to Español 2, Spanish 2A. I want to talk to you a bit about my expectations and rules for my class. So, the number one rule is respect, and this is very important. I make a point to respect you as my student, and I expect you to respect me as your teacher, but also my classroom and the other people in the classroom. So that's the most important rule. If we can all respect each other, we'll get along fine. Number two is follow directions. So when I give a direction, I expect you to follow it. Very simple. I'll always be here to help, but I expect you to follow the directions when given. Number three, be prepared. So in a bit, I'll talk to you about all the things that you need to be prepared. However, it's important that you always come to class with your materials and everything that you need to be successful. Student responsibilities and consequences. So, number one, treat each other as you would like to be treated. That's the golden rule. I think everyone can understand that. Number two, be on time to class. So I know that at the beginning it's hard. Everyone's figuring out their schedule and where they're going. What class do you have before mine and what class you have after? Where's your locker, etc. So the important thing about being on time to class is if you feel like you can't make it to class on time because you have to go to your locker, etc., my advice is to come to class, even if you don't have all your materials, and then ask me if you can go to your locker or where you need to go to get your materials. So just show me that you can be on time, and then I'll give you a pass, and you can go get the materials that you need. Number three, homework policy. Homework will be assigned and is due the following day in class. So each day I'll give you some homework, and it'll be due the following day. If you are absent, you can make up the homework. If you're not absent, then you won't be able to make it up. It's important to keep up with the homework so that you don't want to have any zeros adding up in your grade. Okay, number four, required materials you must have with you. So this is important because you need to have your iPad and your earbuds. Also, it's good to have a notebook and a folder and something to write with. So it's important that your iPad is charged, and I'll be giving you a textbook if you want a textbook, but even if you don't want a textbook, that's okay. You can access the textbook online. If you want a textbook, that's fine. It's just important that you keep it covered, and it's important that you don't lose it. If you lose a textbook, you'll have to pay the full price. So I know you don't want to do that. Number five, you're allowed to have water in class, but we're not going to chew gum. Chewing gum, it's hard to speak and chew gum at the same time, and I know I'm not very good at it, so I don't expect you to do it. And we're not going to eat in class as well. Number six, disciplinary consequences. So if there's been repeated action that you can't, that I've spoken to you about and you can't comply, then there'll be detention. If that doesn't work and it continues, then there'll be a call or note home, etc. Individual rewards. Students will be rewarded for following the rules. I like to give out no homework passes. I like to reward students for doing the right thing. Okay, iPad rules. You need to bring your iPad charged and ready to use every day. You should be bringing your earbuds or headphones. Okay, there'll be a charging station in my room. I know that at the end of the day, sometimes the iPads do start to lose battery. So I will have a charging station, but please remember to charge your iPad at home, and please remember to bring it to school. So that was 1. And 2, no unauthorized pictures or video or audio recording of me or anyone else. This is considered bullying. So we'll have projects in class where I'll ask you to make a video, but there will be no unauthorized videos or pictures. Number 3, inappropriate use of iPad will result in removal of iPad for, depending on the problem, could be the period, could be the day, could be the week, etc. Okay, grading system. Tests are worth 40% test and projects. You're allowed to retake tests. Okay, that's important. You should know that. I'd like you to do it 1 week after the test has been given, just so that you can remember the material. And so that's giving you the opportunity to make your grade the best it can be. Okay, so quizzes are 30%, and quizzes can also be retaken. So please take me up on that. Usually we'll have a quiz about once a week. Okay, homework and classwork is with 20%. Late homework will not be accepted. It's important that you complete your assignments on time. And finally, participation is 10%. It's really important that you become involved with the class, that you do your best to try to speak Spanish as much as you can. So that's participation, showing up on time, handing in your homework and speaking and participating in class is all things that go along with participation. Okay, a little bit about the syllabus. First of all, we've got this QR code right here, and this symbol is a link to my website. So if you scan that symbol with your iPad or your iPhone, if you need an app to do it, like a QR code reader, it'll bring you right to my website, which you can check out. Okay. Website has lots of good things like the review pages, and it's got the textbook, and it has a lot of good things that we'll look at. Okay, so Spanish 2, we're going to be looking at grammar, we're going to be looking at culture, we're going to be looking at vocabulary and different subject areas. All right. Course objectives. Students will master speaking, reading, listening, and writing skills in Spanish. We're going to be speaking about and learning about Spanish and Latin American culture and history. Also, we'll be doing some projects, some skits, and some presentations. Okay, course materials. So again, the textbook, the Realidades Dos. You can have a textbook if you want. I am going to have some in the classroom that you can use. It is available online as well. Okay, let's look a little bit at my website. So it's TAdams Spanish, ahs.ppworks.com. It's right here. And a couple things to notice. I start with a few quotes from students that have been successful in my class. Couple quotes. Students in Mr. Adams' class should listen attentively in class and do the homework because it helps a lot in class, especially the flipped classroom stuff, which is what we're doing right now. You're watching a video. All you have to do is pay attention. If you pay attention in class and understand the material, then the class will be a breeze. Doing your homework is also a big part because taking notes is often homework and you'll be lost in class without the notes. Another thing to notice, too, is over here. This is our navigation bar, okay? And this is where you can find the textbook here. Those are the two textbooks. Also, we can see Spanish 2 goes, there's lots of things here for Spanish 2, Spanish 2A, 2B, Spanish 3A, and 3B. All right, let's look at another part. Okay, so as we go down, see a video about how to succeed in Mr. Adams' class. You can watch that. Now we have the 2 textbooks, okay? Spanish 2 textbook and Spanish 3 textbook. And you can find all the files that pertain to the textbook right there. We've got links right here. Spanish 2A, Spanish 2B, Spanish 3A, and Spanish 3B. And all you have to do is tap on the picture. Okay, you're going to tap on the picture, and that'll bring you to the different links. Okay, below that we've got our link to Socrative, which is the way that I like to give my quizzes. There's a link there for that. And then down here we have our homework links. If you click on each of these, it'll bring you to a calendar, Google Calendar, where you can see the homework. Down here, so at the beginning of each trimester, I have the new Google Classroom codes, which I'll be giving those in class, so I don't have them listed quite yet. Another way to access Google Classroom. Now here's my YouTube station. This is a good link to use. Right there. I have a lot of videos listed there. Here's my contact information. That's all right there. And then we've got Remind, okay, down here. So Remind is another way to sign up for reminders for homework. You'll get all the reminders listed there. The wiki page we'll be using sporadically. Quizlet is a very good way to review. And then again, my homework policy that we just talked about and my expectations. Okay, muy bien. So that is an introduction to my classroom rules, expectations, and website. Adios.